Welcome to English Chats Daily.
Your daily partner for easy English conversations.
Hi everyone, welcome back to English Chats Daily. I'm Eva, and today I'm here with my friend George. We're going to help you learn how to talk about your future plans in English. This is super important for everyday conversations.
Hey there, everyone. I'm George, and I'm excited to be here with Eva today. We know that talking about the future can feel scary for English learners, but don't worry, we're going to make it really simple and fun for you.
So, George, I think many people get confused about how to express their future plans. They often mix up different ways to talk about the future. Today, we're going to focus on just one easy way that works perfectly for beginners.
Exactly, Eva. We're going to teach you about using going to plus a verb. This is probably the most common way English speakers talk about their future plans. It's like having a magic formula that always works.
Let me give you the simple pattern first. It's I am going to plus the base form of any verb. For example, I am going to study English tonight. See how easy that is? The verb study stays in its basic form.
That's right, Eva. And remember, you can make it even shorter in casual conversation. Instead of I am going to, you can say I'm gonna. So, I'm gonna study English tonight. This sounds more natural and relaxed.
Now let's practice with different subjects. When you talk about someone else, you change the am part. For example, she is going to visit her family tomorrow. The pattern stays the same, just change the to be verb.
Great point, Eva. And for you, we, or they, we use are going to, like you are going to love this lesson, or we're going to practice together. The main verb after going to never changes, though.
Let me share some examples from my real life. This morning, I said, I'm going to have coffee with my sister. Yesterday, I told my mum, I'm going to call you later. These are real plans I made using this pattern.
I love those examples. I use this pattern all the time, too. Last week, I said, I'm going to start a new book series. Tonight, I'm going to cook pasta for dinner. See how natural it sounds when you practice it?
Now, let's talk about when to use going to versus other future forms. We use going to when we have already decided something or planned it. It's not a sudden decision, it's something we've thought about before.
Exactly. If someone asks, what are your weekend plans, you would answer with going to, like, I'm going to visit the museum. I'm going to meet my friends for lunch. These are plans you made earlier.
What about questions, George? How do we ask about someone else's future plans? This is something our listeners really need to know for conversations. The pattern is a little different, but still very simple.
Good question, Eva. To make a question, we move the to be verb to the front. So instead of you are going to travel, we ask, are you going to travel? The going to part stays together after the subject.
Let me give you more question examples. What are you going to do this weekend? Or where is she going to study abroad? Notice how we put the question word first, then the to be verb, then the person, then going to.
And for negative sentences, we just add not after the to be verb. I am not going to work late tonight, or she is not going to buy that expensive car. The contraction sounds more natural, like I'm not gonna work late.
Here's a helpful tip for our listeners. When native speakers ask about your plans, they often say, what are you up to later? Or any plans for the weekend? You can always answer with I'm going to plus your activity.
That's such practical advice. I want to add that going to works for any time in the future. Tomorrow, next week, next year, it doesn't matter. I'm going to graduate next year, or we're going to move to a new city soon.
Let's practice some common mistakes that learners make. Don't say, I'm going to going shopping. That's wrong because you have going twice. The correct way is, I'm going to go shopping or I'm going to shop.
Another mistake is forgetting to use the base form of the main verb. Don't say, I'm going to studied. Always use, I'm going to study. The main verb never changes its form after going to.
George, I think our listeners would benefit from hearing how this sounds in a natural conversation. Let's do a quick role play where we ask each other about our plans for today.
Great idea! So, Eva, what are you going to do after we finish recording this episode? I'm curious about your afternoon plans.
Well, I'm going to grab some lunch first because I'm getting hungry. Then I'm going to respond to some emails from our listeners. What about you, George? Are you going to do anything special today?
I'm going to visit my grandmother this afternoon. She is going to show me her new garden. Later, I'm going to prepare for tomorrow's lesson. We're going to talk about past tense verbs next time.
Perfect. Now let's give our listeners some sentences to practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. Say these sentences out loud several times. I'll read 5 sentences and George will read 5 more.
Here are my practice sentences. I'm going to learn English every day. She's going to start a new job next month. We're going to watch a movie tonight. They're going to travel to Japan soon. Are you going to join us for dinner?
And here are 5 more for practice. He's going to buy a new car tomorrow. I'm not going to stay up late tonight. What are you going to do this summer? We're going to have a party next weekend. She's going to study medicine at university.
That's all for today's episode of English Chats Daily. Remember to practice using going to when you talk about your future plans. Keep it simple and don't worry about making mistakes.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Subscribe to English Chats Daily for more easy English lessons. We're going to help you speak English with confidence. See you next time.